If you could change anything about the legal system, what would you change?
How long is the episode? The buyer can just pull out at any time. The seller can pull out at any time. The transaction process is so long. I don't want to step on anyone's toes. And, you know, you'll get the agent call me up and be like, well, that's my job. I've had like clients like just hang up midway because they've got so infuriated because they're like, you're asking for too much. And I'm like, oh, I don't know how we're going to... Let's work together.
Exactly.
Like, even like me writing the book, I think I was sometimes up at 1, 2 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, wow.
And then still having to get up for that 6:30 for the children to do the drop-off, to make it to parents' evening.
So, Nitty Gritty episode 3, featuring Jasbir, co-hosted by the amazing Tommy Jamal.
Come on.
Want to give us a brief introduction of like who you are, what you do?
Yeah, sure. So thanks for having me. I am Jazz. I've done conveyancing for about 10 odd years now. It's all I know, property. My family invest in it. My husband invests in it. So it's just come so naturally, to be honest. And then from there, I used to do 9 to 5. It wasn't for me. And, you know, you hear all that backlash about solicitors. And this is why, to be honest, I think most law firms take on too much caseload and you eventually become a number in that transaction, really. So I moved away from there and I was like, right, okay, I can do it so much better. I'm going to do it by myself.
Okay.
So I went into a consultancy program and I've been a consultant solicitor for about 8 years now, and never looked back.
Okay. Fair.
Yeah. And recently I've launched a book for children on property. And it actually came from the idea of my own kids.
Okay.
So they thought everyone lived in a house. And when you speak to their friends, they wouldn't really describe what a house was. They would be like, it's square or it's triangle. Or, you know, would describe it to the likes of the 3 pigs. And I was just like, no, this isn't happening. So I was like literally printing out like... diagrams and pictures from Google and everything, and I was just like, right, okay, why am I doing this? So I started to like note down every time they'd ask me a question, and they'd be like, oh, what's that feature? And I'd be like, oh, that's a balcony, this is a driveway, and this is where you park your cars. And it turned into a book.
Wow, it's amazing. What made you get into conveyancing in particular? Because I know it's not an easy role to take on. Is there anything that made conveyancing stand out of anything else you could have done in the kind of lawyering?
I think I just got it, to be honest. Like my young childhood was literally going to the auction houses with my dad.
Okay.
Going to building sites.
Wow.
So it just became so natural. I guess initially I went into crime and I went into family because I was just like, let me try and like figure it out whether it is for me. And I went into crime and I was just like, no, can't do this. Too much traveling, going back and forth. And at the end of the day, being a female, you want to be like a mother as well, and you don't want that kind of like situation where you're like, oh, well, I can't work now. Of
course.
So I kind of like looked into long-term plans. Then I went into family. I was emotional. Like it's emotionally draining. And then it was conveyancing. And I was like, right, okay, like why am I jumping through like different sections like when I know what I want? Of course. Right? But you got to try. And when you try, that's when you kind of like, okay, yeah, I know this is for me.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
If you could change anything about the legal system, what would you change?
How long is the episode? There's lots to be changed, to be honest. Just when like you talk to other people outside of the United Kingdom, they're kind of like, well, oh my God, like we do transactions so quickly.
Especially America.
You go into an estate agent and they kind of like, it's a done deal by the time you make an offer. But here, it's like the buyer can just pull out at any time. The seller can pull out at any time. The transaction process is so long. I think because there's so many parties involved, like when you say a leasehold, you got the managing agent, you got the landlord, and never mind if you need to like vary the lease because whatever the situation may be, really. So there's like so many components that need to be changed, to be honest.
Is there any one in particular that you would want to have changed based on your experiences?
I think it would be nice, like currently, like if there's a chain of transactions, suppose like I'm in the middle of it and there's 5 people in that chain, I'm probably not going to complete, probably even longer than 5. I'm probably in the past have not completed until 5 to 5. Only because I think by the time the money's got to me, it is so late in the day. My clients obviously calling, got removal vans outside. So if there was like a process where you just like go from one party to right to the end.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, like kind of like
something that systemizes the whole thing.
Right? So I think that's been like such a fear for me because I'm like, oh my God, like it's nearly 5 o'clock. I've got monies to redeem.
Yeah.
No, I feel you. And in terms of like, obviously, as you said, there's lots of challenges within the system. What would you say like the biggest challenge you've ever faced is?
I think it's communication, to be honest. As long as everyone knows what they're doing, what their role is, I think it can be smoother. You know, like what an estate agent does. Sometimes I have clients come to me and say, Jazz, we want to negotiate the price. Can you help us? I don't want to step on anyone's toes. And, you know, you'll get the agent call me up and be like, well, that's my job. Right? Or even like the broker just getting like the details right of the transaction. Like I've had a client where they were like, oh, Jazz, they should be lending us X amount, but this says something else. Just knowing whose role is what, really. And I think that's been such a challenge because we're having to maneuver around it just to get to the end of the line.
It's almost like you're playing multiple roles at once.
It is, isn't it? And you got to do it so like carefully in a way, like you're not trying to do more than you should. Like sometimes I get asked, you know, Jazz, what's the capital gains tax? And I'm like, oh, no,
it's not your
accountant, please.
Yeah,
but then I don't know. I think there's just, like I say, like there's nothing educating us in the school systems. And I think that's where it comes from. Because if you start early on, you know, something will, you know, you'll get grips into it. And then eventually you'll be like, right, okay, I know what I'm doing. But there's just so much guesswork right now.
Of course. Yeah. I mean, there's going to be people watching that don't necessarily know what your role is as a conveyancer. Obviously, we know because we're in the industry. If you was to kind of bite size and explain what a conveyancer does after a transaction has been agreed, what would you say your kind of main role is as a conveyancer?
I guess in a nutshell, it's to make sure that your name is now on the land registry deeds.
Right.
For me to do that, I need to make sure that there are no issues with that title. There's no issues when the searches come back and you're happy with what you're buying. And you know exactly what you're buying as well. Like previously, I've had a client that was just buying the area of the land, didn't tell me there was a garage. And then towards the end of the transaction, and he was like, oh, Jazz, I should be buying a garage as well. I was like, doesn't look like a garage. Can't see it on the property brochure. We hadn't luckily exchanged. And it just happened to be that the seller's solicitors forgot to provide the correct documentation.
Okay.
So we had to rewind and then incorporate it into the contract. So just making sure, like, you know, you are buying what you think you're buying.
Cool. What would you say your kind of toughest legal challenge has been since being a conveyancer? Have you got like a horror story?
Oh, I don't know about horror stories, right? I think it's like source of funds, to be honest. That is such
always
a
trying them out.
Yeah.
And I think it's like clients become, I don't know, a little sensitive because they're like, we told the broker, we told the agent, why are you asking me? And they just think, I think a lot of clients think, well, we have the money, it's there. What
Such
more
a
do you want?
sensitive
It's in
topic.
the bank statements, right? And I'm like, well, where did it come from? Well, it came from my savings. Where did the savings come from? You're asking too many questions. And I think we go back and forth a lot. So I think the quicker the clients understand that this is just a procedure you do have to go through.
Of course.
And it's not like it's you personally asking. It's just formula, like regulations.
Literally, I've had like clients like just hang up midway because they've got so infuriated. Because they're like, you're asking for too much. And I'm like, oh, I don't know how we're going to... Let's work together.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to be a collaborative effort, but sometimes it feels like they're on one side and you're on a completely different side.
Completely.
Crazy.
And in terms of, if that was obviously your hardest sort of legal challenge, what would you say like your favourite sort of transaction was?
Oh, my favourite. When the client and everyone just knows what they're doing and it's just a straightforward
They just play their
transaction,
position, you know what I mean? Yeah.
You got the mortgage offer, you got the funds, you're telling me how it's done, and we've moved straight to completion within less than 6 weeks. And I think the average UK timeline is like 12 weeks. So we've done that in half the time. And not enough of them, but my favourite.
No, understandable.
So, mother, solicitor, author, how do you balance everything together? How do you make it look so easy?
Oh God, no! Don't say
that. Because that sounds challenging. Yeah,
that's the challenge.
I think that's socials, right? Socials make you look like amazing and life is good, and I think there's a lot more to it. It is like making sure what's a priority. What can you do on this day? Like even like me writing the book, I think I was sometimes up at 1-2 o'clock in the morning.
Oh wow!
And then still having to get up for that 6:30 for the children to do the drop off, to make it to parents' evening. I think it's just managing it, right? But you just do it, right? Like as a parent, I think you just learn to juggle.
100%.
Yeah.
Is there like a SOS strategy or any meditation you do or a place?
Yeah, because I think a lot of viewers will definitely be wanting to understand how do you multitask it, and even if that's not the stage they are currently, how would they obviously operate when they get there?
I'm still trying to figure that out myself, to be honest. I do take a lot of holidays, I gotta say.
Trust me, it has to be the medicine.
Yeah, right. Like, I just came back from one. I'm going again in December. I've got to like regularly kind of just be like, right, okay, I'm not going to take on any more work. Yeah. I know what my capacity is. And I think that's the thing as well. Just know where your boundaries are and just be like, right, okay. I mean, I think there's a lot of solicitors out there that think, well, I can take on another and I can take on another. And then by the time you know it, you're on burnout. So I think just drawing the line really. But it's such a fear of, I think, speaking to a lot of people, just declining instructions. No one wants to decline instructions. True. But I don't know, you have to, right? Or it's just for a bit of mental peace.
Yeah, 100%.
Just knowing your limitations at the same time. And even on the topic of, I think you were talking about your kids earlier as well. Like, writing a book, how would you kind of communicate with them what you do for a living? And then, because I'm sure they must think, oh, mommy's a lawyer, she must fight in court, she must wear that hat. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So how do you kind of communicate that with them?
They're still struggling to understand, to be honest. It's like even when we spoke about neighborhoods, they were like, Mommy, I didn't realize like my teacher lives in a flat and I thought everyone lived in a house. I was like, oh my God, just kill me.
You can't say that.
Right. But no, I mean, you just explain to them, right? Can you see the house? And do you know that, Mummy helps them complete the transaction. So it's still difficult, to be honest, because I feel like I'm doing it by myself, and it would just be nice if the community was part of it and the schools were part of it.
Yeah, and it starts at the very beginning when they're teaching them about maths, when they teach about English and whatnot.
Yeah, and I think that's just where the struggle is. Even like the author thing, me writing the book, I don't think it's homed into them just yet. And I think they're probably too young. They're like 7 and 5. Maybe in like 10 years from now. I don't know.
Yeah.
What would you say the hardest part of writing the book was? Was it coming up with, obviously the idea seemed like it was pretty much there already. Was there a part of the book that you thought was more difficult than you expected it to be, or?
I think the book was the easy bit. I think it's the aftermath.
I see.
And going into schools and being like, this is why you need it. Like right now, I'm in a process of drafting a curriculum pack, age from year 1 and year 2 and year 3 in the UK. And it's just trying to implement that to the teachers and being like, this is why you need it.
Yeah.
And I think that's the biggest hurdle. Like writing a book and doing everything, that I think that's the easiest part, because it just became like a natural thing. Like my children would ask me questions, I would jot it down.
Of course.
I'd get an illustrator on board to draw out the drawings.
Yeah.
And I think that's all the fun bit, is the trying to make sure everyone understands why we're doing it.
Yeah, 100%. What I really liked about it, I actually read it to my son, I think it's a couple of days back, is the part where they have a part to play. So they're able to point out where the window is, or where the letterbox is, or where parts are on the actual book itself. So it's engaging them at the same time, giving them the chance to listen to, what parts are what home is doing what. It's very different. I don't think I've read a book where it's so unique. It's really, really unique, and I think you've definitely tapped into an audience that it's needed. It's definitely needed in the market 100%. That we're in. Especially with housing in general, a lot of people don't really understand the roles that we do. I feel like it needs to be kind of plumbed into our younger generation, and then they'll maybe understand it a lot better, so that when they go into college and university, it's not so alien to them, because buying houses just seems to be something that people aren't normally aware of until they're in their kind of late 20s.
If you're lucky.
If you're lucky.
Yeah.
Right.
If it's explained the right way as well. So I definitely think the book has definitely played, let's set the tone for what's to happen going forward.
Thank you.
No worries at all. Did you want to give a little bit of a explanation of where people can find the book as well?
Yeah, you can find it on Amazon. So the book is called My Home, Your Home. On Amazon, on your Waterstones and local Foyles bookstore.
Cool.
Nice.
Perfect.
And even I wanted to ask as well, in terms of obviously you're starting with the education side of things, obviously with, I'll say younger people, let's say primary school students. Do you ever think you would like to get involved in, like, let's say older ages, for example, secondary education, sixth form and onwards? Because I feel like it's not something in the community that most people ever really find out unless they're interested.
Yeah.
And I feel like maths, I was never really interested in maths, but I had to do it anyway. So how do we kind of find that balance with property?
Well, I guess they're changing up the curriculum. Recently, they were talking about they were going to bring in the budget, not the budget, sorry, the savings and financial literacy, and they were going to talk about mortgages. So I think they're going to do that slowly. I think for me, it's first, like, I need to hit home with primary school. Because
everything starts at home.
Right? The younger they start, once I've hit home and I've just got at least one school in the United Kingdom, then at least then I can be like, right, okay, let's move up a bit now. Because the idea was to start at year one and then slowly, gradually go up. And I want to do it all the way up until university. But it needs to start right from the bottom, I think, before I start thinking, okay, you know what, I've done this now, let's move to the middle. But because myself, I just feel so incomplete because I've still not managed to do what I'm trying to do. So until I hit that goal, I'm kind of like, okay, let's keep going.
Part of your mission, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Have you had any kind of parents come up to you yet and give feedback on what their take is on the book and how it's impacting their
I think
life?
The teachers, I mean, the kids love it. Parents love it. The kids love it. They're like, it's so educational. Like, I wish I had this when I was young. And I still have, like, adults come to me and be like, Jazz, what's the difference between a semi and a terraced? But teachers, where are you?
This is your job. Like, you should be telling 100%.
us. So if there's any teachers watching...
Yeah,
absolutely, connect with me. I'd love to, like, hear your thoughts and how we could, like, work together.
Cool. If there's any teachers on here that are watching live on the TikTok, I said comment below. It said it's a way of us opening up the field. So tag them in if you know a teacher or anyone that might be interested in connecting with Jasbir, and we'll get you connected and go from there. Lastly, on the book, if there was a soundtrack to your book, what song would it be?
Oh goodness, I don't know.
No, any song that comes.
It's a tough question, isn't it?
No, it is.
I don't know. I think I'd do it age appropriate. My children are currently listening to K-pop. I'd probably put one of the soundtracks from K-pop.
Okay, fair enough.
And even on the aspect of, like, what's next for you, do you think? Because obviously, I feel like being an author in itself is like another step in life. So, like, what's next for Jasbir?
Oh, you say that. I don't know. I mean, for me, it was more like getting my foot in the door for schools. And I'm still stuck there, to be honest. The rest of the opportunities that come with it, that's amazing. But I still need to focus on the schools. And I think that's where I'm at with it. Once I've got a school under my belt and be like, right, Chaz, I love the curriculum pack. We're going to consider it and introduce it in our topics. Then we can start looking at other things. But for now, I think, it's a long road.
One step at a time. We're going to play a game called This or That. So basically, I'll ask you a question and you pick which one as such, and then we'll go from there. So we'll start off with search results day or completion day.
Completion day.
So completion day or emails from estate agents.
Completion day.
Completion day or emails from lenders.
Completion day.
Okay. Everybody loves completion day.
It can't be that. Completion day or drafting contracts.
Oh God, completion day.
Okay. I think completion day is going to win this. Completion day or reviewing title plans. Wow.
Oh, completion day.
Completion day or school run.
Oh.
This one's a tough one.
Both. You have to
pick one.
Got to pick one.
Well, I've picked up my kids and completed. No,
you got to pick one.
You got to pick one.
Okay, I think because Dad is around and he can do pick up. Completion day.
Okay, completion day or outstanding inquiries.
Completion day.
Completion day or coffee.
Ooh.
Coffee. You need coffee to complete.
Okay, coffee or writing after the kids have gone to sleep.
Coffee or
writing after the kids have gone to sleep. So the kids are sleeping or coffee.
Oh, okay, no. Kids are sleeping.
Kids sleeping, okay. Kids are sleeping or digital case management.
Digital case management.
Okay. Digital case management or quiet office.
Digital case management.
Okay. Digital case management or busy home workspace?
Digital case management.
Okay. Digital case management or smooth completion?
Ooh. How do you do? Well, I guess we're doing it now. Smooth completion.
Okay. A smooth completion or a good chapter written?
Smooth completion.
Okay, cool. Fair enough. Can you describe, this is just coming off from the game, can you describe conveyancing using only a sound?
A sound?
Just a sound. One sound that describes conveyancing.
I feel like I know what this sound's going to be as well.
Oh. Oh my goodness.
One sound.
What sound are you supposed to do?
I don't know. It could be a sigh of relief. It could be...
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
It could be anything. I'm not going to prompt it, but it could be anything.
I was going to be like, woo! As in like, it's such a journey. Like, it's like a roller coaster, right?
Describe. Do the same for describing being a mum. One sound for being a mum.
Oh gosh, where are your questions from? For being a mum. I don't know what to say, Reese. What are you doing?
I just wanted to see if there was a sound that you would resonate with being a mum, or even with the conveyancing side of things.
Yeah, I think conveyancing was nice and easy. It's a roller coaster. With a mum, it's just so
It's a roller coaster as well, I'd say.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have up days, sometimes down days.
I guess so.
Cool, fair. What's more stressful, a broken housing chain or a broken toy?
Housing chain.
Okay. If conveyancing had a national anthem, what would it be?
Oh my goodness. I'm not very good with my songs. I'm too busy listening to K-pop and stuff like that. What's the national anthem going to be? Oh.
Is that American one? Sing, can you?
Well, you'd have that for the conveyancing anthem.
I think that's the only national anthem. Hey.
I'm not very good at that.
Okay, we'll move on. If what do you pray for on completion day? What do you hope happens on the day that they get their keys? What's the ideal?
That my client goes in and they are happy.
Cool.
There's like no electric's broken, the boiler isn't broken, they haven't taken the light bulbs out.
yeah. A lot of that recently.
Right. Just the house is as expected.
Cool. What's the biggest lie in conveyancing?
The biggest lie?
I wouldn't even say lie, I'd say myth. What's the biggest myth?
What's the biggest myth in conveyancing?
I think people think transactions just can happen in 24 hours. And I mean, unless you're a cash purchase and you've got some amazing solicitors working with you, it's just not possible.
Fair. If you're, in fact, I've asked this one before. It's a tricky one. Might cause some fluff. Conservative, or Labour. Just because of everything that's going on at the moment. Conservative. Okay.
Can I
cool.
say that?
Yeah. Why not? Your autobiography title, what would it be?
Oh, I don't know. I've never thought of it.
No. Something to mull over.
Pardon?
Something to mull over.
I'm not sure.
No? Especially on the topic of being an author as well.
Yeah, I know. I don't know, Reese. Yeah. No? I can't even think of it. I feel like I need to give it a thought. Like my mind's gone blank.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Well, if anything, maybe someone can leave a comment and say, wait, what should be based? What do you think? Lastly, if someone wanted to start conveyancing today, what advice would you give them?
I think just know what the process involves, to be honest. Know who to contact when things go wrong. And just have all your paperwork and like ducks in a row, to be honest. And if you have all of that, it will be such a smooth journey. I always say to like my clients, like I should be like your best friend. Like if anything goes wrong with that property, I should be like the first to know about it.
Of course.
Don't make it be like, okay, well, I've told the agent, I've told the broker, well, my solicitor can just figure it out.
Of course.
Because that is just like the worst thing you can do, to be honest. And I have had like stories like that have come that way. And it's just takes that much more longer. Look, like we're all in it together. We all want to complete. We all want to move on to like the next property or the next situation.
Of course.
It's just trying to work together.
Yeah.
Nice. And on that topic, like, what would you say is your favorite type of client to work with?
Oh, my favorite client. I think just back to go where we were before, where I was just saying that the client just knows what they're doing and they just have all the documents, really. I think that's like the biggest hurdle in conveyancing. Or even like when we're trying to recommend clients to get a surveyor and the client would be like, well, I don't need it because the mortgage lender's valuer is going in. But I think it's just trying to find out the differences, what a mortgage lender valuer does and what a normal surveyor would do.
Yeah.
And yeah, just being just a bit more knowledgeable, I guess. But
cool, fair enough. Just to kind of follow on from something that Tommy mentioned earlier, is there a second book that may come along after this one that you've just released? Is there many more for us to look forward to?
Once I have done what I need to do with the first book, for sure. Like, I want to go all the way up to university.
Cool.
Jeez.
Nice.
Professor Jazz.
Well, they're the professors, but I'm just like, you know, just a little nudge.
Cool. No worries. Well, if anyone's picked up anything from this episode, please contact Jasbir. She's on all social media. I said it's been really great to have you down, speak about yourself, what you do. I said it's been a pleasure to work with you as well. We're just about to do our completion in the next day or so as well.
Absolutely.
There's not a lot of conveyancers like yourself, so honestly, we as estate agents, we can vouch. We only want to use solicitors that are, you know, really good at their job, that can get the transactions from start to finish efficiently. She's on WhatsApp. We've got groups set up with her. We also have access to her through social media as well. It's just great to have someone that is a lot more proactive than your usual conveyancer. So if you're interested in using an efficient solicitor that's going to get the transaction done really quickly, reach out to Jasbir. We'll leave the links to her book and also to her socials down below. Tommy, where can people find you as well?
TK Real Estate on Instagram, LinkedIn, and other platforms that I talk on. Tommy Jimmer.
Perfect. Nitty Gritty episode 3. Look out for episode 4 coming soon with Tommy Jimmer himself.
Trust me, we've got an episode loaded.
Take care.